Protest of Governor Ron DeSantis' anti-woke campaign. Shouting racist, sexist, anti-gay, Ron DeSantis, go away. The protest was organized by the Florida College Democrats and Dream Defenders.
I want to talk about Ron DeSantis requiring Florida colleges to produce health information for their transgender students.
The walkout was also prompted by the Republican governor formally requesting that state universities provide information on, quote, the numbers and ages of their students who sought or received gender dysphoria treatment, including sex reassignment surgery and hormone prescriptions. It remains unclear why DeSantis would need that information or what he plans to do with it.
Anyone who's received any kind of transgender care. Hell, psychological or medical. Who the fuck's business is it of his?
But considering DeSantis' efforts to restrict transgender healthcare access in Florida and his relentless attacks on LGBTQ rights, the reasons are likely not good.
You know, I have a very close member of my family who only has one arm. And it would seem really bizarre to me if the governor had asked his college for information about their one-armed students and what medical procedures that he's had because of his one arm. That's between a patient and their doctor.
That statewide walkout was one of the most inspiring moments of my life. To see the thousands of students walk out for their freedoms, for their rights, for their right to an education, for their right to access new ideas and to engage with new ideas.
You know, I had cancer when I was a kid. Don't feel sorry for me, I was one of the lucky ones. Kept all my hair, never had to go through any of that. They were able to cut it off my face. I get messages all the time about my scar face. I get messages all the time, way more often even, about my shitty stained teeth. Always love answering those comments. Tetracycline stains from when I was 7 years old. Because when I was born, I had a cancerous tumor on my face. Kids are often born with a tumor. Or only one arm. Or sometimes a vagina and a dick.
An image that would make Tucker Carlson so hard that his desk would flip right over.
It was just amazing. And yeah, we have so much stuff planned for the future. We are trying to march up to the Capitol on the 8th, and we need your help to do it. If you value freedom, if you're a listener, a watcher, a reader who values freedom, if you're a Republican who values freedom.
Now I know Republicans can't take this fact, but it happens all the time. More than 10% of children are born with some kind of a plumbing issue.
If you're a Democrat who values freedom, if you're Lizzo or John Oliver or Stephen Colbert or Joe Biden and you value freedom, help us. Help the million public college students in Florida speak up for our rights, to reclaim our narrative.
Now back in the 50s, famously, they would just, well, it looks like you got a little girl, snip those balls off, take away that penis, and boom, you got yourself a vagina, you're solid, you're good to go, and the kid grew up fucked up. Now, they don't do that. But feel free to look it up. That's what they used to do. The doctor that delivered my daughter told me that about 12% of the babies that came out into her hands were some form of transsexual. Ron DeSantis is going after 10% of our population wants their fucking medical records and The state could only need those for one reason.
This week, though, a new bill in the Florida House was proposed that would ban any funding for diversity, equity, and inclusion initiatives on campus, and it could allow for the removal of majors in critical race theory or gender studies.
Just like Republicans say, you can't let them have registrations on guns because they knew who all had weapons. The first thing they would do whenever the Nazis take over or collect up the weapons because they had a list. And we all saw that in the documentary Red Dawn. Of the people who had weapons. Why would the government need a list of the people who have both a dick and titties?
I am a graduate of Orange County Public Schools and of the University of Central Florida, and I'm also a PhD student right now. So for me, these fights are personal. I would not be where I am today if it wasn't for access to public education, just like the work that Ben is doing, and just like our students at New College who are fighting to defend academic freedom on their campus. House Bill 999 was filed on Thursday, and this is a devastating bill that would, as you noted, strip away academic freedom, abolish any conversations or programs about diversity, equity, and inclusion, and would go after tenure, trying to remove those professors that have some degree of freedom to express themselves and not be influenced by the politics of the day.
Because if the Nazis ever take over, they're gonna start rounding them up. And look, they'll have a list.
Majority of my Republican colleagues have consented to Governor DeSantis' extreme hostile agenda. My hope is that when more students speak up, more alumni speak up, and faculty speak up, that we actually can try to stop these bills, or at the very least amend them, so we're not going after the very core of academic freedom, which is what makes our nation and our state and our academic structures so powerful.
But if you make me a list of all the things that I got wrong, and you can prove even one of them, shit, I'll make a whole fucking video just for you.
Florida, this is not Maga land. There are people that care about the future for you and for your fellow students. What do you tell them if they're fearful that they're trying to leave Florida or maybe don't even want to come here in order to get an education?
Yeah, this has spread out to everywhere. There is a college in Canada who wants to help us. We need your help. We are scared too. The students, the faculty, and staff are scared. Go to our GoFundMe. It's Stand for Freedom. Help us speak our minds. We are all scared because if we have a governor who doesn't value freedom, then what does he value?
I started off in Brooklyn. My father gave me a small loan of $1 million.
Watch there be no comments. Or more likely, watch there be 20 comments, but when you click on it, there's none. Because as soon as I make a comment to them, they want to get rid of their comment. Huh. I'll bet it's because they're snowflakes. I'm Zachariah, Lone Star Liberal. Y'all take it easy.